Betty. Oh, I should have Batty as the song. Can I download it in an hour? Let's try. What do I have on here? Oh, this doesn't even have any music. Come on now.
나 혹시 몰라 경고하는데
That's
지금
okay.
위험해 달고나다 자극하지 마
That's
나도 날
alright.
몰라 숨이 자꾸 멎는다 네가 날 향해 걸어온다 나를 보며 웃는다 너도 내게 끌리는지 너 뛰는 캄캄해 네가 뚫어져라 쳐다볼 때 귓가에 가까워진 숨설 때난 미치게 만드는 너인걸 아무도 널 못 보게 손을 감추고 싶어 우리는 시선에 안에 일어나 가진 소용도 없는 내 발에 깨어나 널 보는 눈에 불붙이다 옆쪽에서 모두 다 물러나 이제 조금씩 싸워진다
Yeah, 우리랑. Yeah, we doing it for the senior citizens.
Yes. I know the dance, totally.
I know, right? I was like, "Ee, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh." Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sleepy Idol, a little bar on 13th and Crenshaw where you can sit back, relax, and talk K-pop with your friends. I am here, your host Jay, with your ever so lovely host Jasmine. Jasmine, how you doing in that spot? Hey, yay.
Tired.
Stop, we have to be
but I'm
young and
always tired.
turnt. We have to be young and turnt, okay?
I'm very confused because my nails look very. Every time I see them, I'm like, they look green. But they're not.
Oh, they're not? I thought they were neon green. What are they supposed to be?
Right? They're yellow.
Oh.
Like I don't even. They just look weird. But it's throwing me off, and it's throwing off my vibe. But today I didn't have any work though, so I shouldn't be tired.
You was getting turned. You were getting turned before we headed to the sleepy all day. Day drinking.
Literally, I was just laying there. I was sleepy before the idol.
Listen, everyone gets turned in their own way. Some people get a nap before they get turned. Wait, before we start with the Sleepy Idol, do we want to give a quick, I know it was 2 weeks ago at this point, but talk about Katseye like this much?
I got this hat. The end.
Well, hi Tal. Tal says Jasmine's giving youthful and trendy. Okay.
I don't know, is that what people do?
Cordis found dead in a ditch.
I hear this is old. Like when you do this now,
Going like
this? Yeah.
Oh, they'll have to rip that from my hands. I love it.
I know. It's an automatic.
Exactly.
Jeez.
But what is the trendy thing to do for the average normal person that's not like an influencer? This I
look
don't know.
pretty.
I don't know. You always have to hit them with the like. I tried to do that when I got my driver's license photo. And they're like, "Ma'am, put your hand down." Okay,
Like with the fudge. This is not
AOL. Hi, Millie. Welcome to the stream. We haven't done the Katseye portion yet. We're just, doing a couple up top chatter. Get people in here before we start so everyone will be present for the Katseye thing. But speaking of the Katseye thing, y'all, I don't know. Like, what are your vibes on Katseye before you even get because I just feel like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever gotten your opinion on Katseye. Do you stand?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think I stand. I just watch out for them. I don't know.
But are you saying, or if they came out with something, you would be sat for it?
Yeah, I would listen to it. Like when Gnarly came out, I listened to it before I went to work in the morning.
And even after their discography so far, you're still sat? You're still more optimistic about the group as a whole?
Optimistic? I'm hopeful. Yeah, I guess that's optimistic.
Okay.
I feel I don't like Gnarly and I don't like Internet Girl. But I'm hopeful that they will release music that's, I don't know, better to me.
That's fair. I mean, I feel like if you're still hoping that they get you with their music, that's a net positive because you're still being okay, I'll give them a chance even though past songs Some past songs haven't been good because I know you like Game Boy.
Oh, I love Game Boy. Game Boy's good.
Yeah. Actually, Game Boy is going to be part of the drama here, which I thought was pretty crazy. But I would say that I'm very pro
Oh,
Cat's Eye.
I think I know.
Listen, this
Sorry.
has become a crazy thing. I would say I'm mainly pro Cat's Eye, but like this whole situation that's happening right now that I feel like a lot of people know. Also, Hey to Ching. The intro song was a remix of EXO's Growl. It was called the Mint Remix. I don't know why it's called the Mint Remix. I randomly found it on YouTube. So sorry, I hope that helps.
Mm.
Also, hey Andre, welcome, welcome, welcome to the club. How are you? You're not late. You're always on time, King. Tal says, I love Touch, sat front row in the bleachers. After now, I went to the contestant stand and promised to go back. The thing is, you gnarly aunties, stop. Because that was their wolf, okay? There needed to be gnarly, okay?
Yeah, I'll let that be, but I don't want them to get rid of it. I feel like EXO at least moved on from Wolf after releasing Wolf. Well, it seems like Internet Girl was supposed to be Gnarly 2.0.
Okay, you know what Internet Girl actually needs to be? It needs to be their Ariana Grande focus. Do you remember back in 13 BC when Ariana Grande released Problem, that was a hit, and then she tried to release Focus where she was wearing that storm wig that was shifted. Nobody liked it, so she scrapped it and moved on. That's what that needs to be. It was like, we were just playing. Okay, let's
But
do
at least
something else.
Focus was based off of a good song.
Oh,
Or a
okay.
song, I'll rephrase it because people like Gnarly, but like I'll rephrase it as a song that more people liked than disliked. Like if that makes sense. Like there weren't a lot of people that were just like, oh, this song is. It wasn't polarizing.
But okay, I will say though, gnarly net positive. Like people say it's boo boo bop bop brain rot music, but I think genuinely people are like, but we could see the vision. Like it's not even if you don't like the song, you can see the vision, which I feel like is a net positive, especially for a pop group where half the battle is getting people to even care that you exist. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Um, but yeah, but let's just jump into it. It seems like a lot of people in the chat. Hello, everyone. Opinions in the chat. We're both on Twitch and YouTube today, so we're gonna be going back and forth. But of course, one of the hottest topics, which is so funny because I feel like icons will fight you tooth and nail every 2 to 3 nanoseconds that they swear up and down that Mana or not Manon, but Katseye in general are not K-pop. However, I feel like this is one of the hottest topics in all the K-pop forums and the pop forums. So, of course, we'll be talking about Cat's Eye, Manon, being announced to be going on a temporary hiatus from group activities. So all this mess started back on February 20th when Hybe X Geffen, Cat's label, announced that Manon would be taking a temporary hiatus from the group activities to focus on health and well-being. So the official announcement said, and let me just go ahead and show this. I don't know why I'm being so secretive. All right. So yeah, it says, hello, after open and thoughtful conversations together, we are sharing that Manon will be taking a temporary hiatus from the group activities to focus on her health and well-being. We fully support this decision. Katseye remains committed to showing up for one another and for the fans who mean everything to us. The group will continue scheduled activities during this time, and we look forward to being together again when the time is right. Thank you to our icons for your continued love, patience, and understanding. Hybe X Geffen. So I don't know. What were your thoughts when you first saw this, Jazz? Because I don't know. For me, I took it at face value. I know that there is a history of, and I'm not coming for anyone, of her being sick, having to sit out of certain practices, so or practices and events and things like that. So I was like, okay, this makes sense. They're just trying to give her a long stretch of time to kind of get her health together. But it seemed like there was a lot of skepticism. What was your initial opinions?
That it was just a hiatus. Like,
You didn't
oh,
think
okay.
you didn't think the thing is the girlies, so like it's so funny because I know that K-pop or Cat's Eye's part pop, part K-pop. So a lot of the K-pop girlies were like, guys, this is normal. But then there was a lot of K-pop stans who were like, yeah, but what happened to Garam? Like they listed all these people who were initially announced as a hiatus, but you
But they
still
had
weren't like,
drama. You said Karam, right?
yeah.
Isn't that the one that was in Le Seraphim, like she had a whole scandal.
That's true. That's true. But you didn't think this was a cover up for something?
No, I
Okay.
thought maybe like no. I think the only time I started thinking about it was like when I would see like on Reddit people being like, "Oh, Mano just responded and this like now I think it's this way." Like I think
Mm-hmm.
she's like they're trying to kick her out, and I was just like, "Where did this even come from?" Like I don't know. It
Mm-hmm.
like I thought like I knew that she had like a thing maybe like a week or so before that she had like a boyfriend reveal or something,
I love that boyfriend
and
reveal.
it was like something like that, and then they had to take down the post or something. I don't remember who had to take down a post, but it was a boyfriend or something. I don't know. There was some drama with her and some
Hmm.
guy, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it was like based on that, but I was like, I don't think it's anything big.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
I
don't know.
mean, it's hard to track because I feel like I don't use Twitter a lot, but I think because I like Cat's Eye when I log on, there's a lot of Cat's Eye content that comes on my timeline, and it's always so toxic. And I don't know if that says more
Mhm.
about me, but it's just like the people always trying to find out who they're dating, asking questions about
Mhm.
their sexuality. There was that whole thing with their Jimmy Fallon interview where people are saying that it was awkward and bullying and all that stuff. So I feel like it's
Yeah.
always mess. So I was kind of like, because I'm kind of like, okay, are people exaggerating this stuff? Is it actually a concern? Because a lot of times the girls will respond to this stuff. And I think that's part of the problem even now because we're kind of hearing crickets. So people are like, y'all always be going on Weverse and,
Mhm.
giving your 2 cents about the situation. But somehow,
Yeah.
like, it's mums. So it's just kind of out of, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like because I'm always hearing drama, and I don't know if it's because they have really dedicated anti-fans, I don't know if their fans are just super overprotective, but because I'm always hearing drama, I feel like maybe I got sucked in a little to the like people being like, this is more than the eye seems or than meets
Yeah.
the eye, and I was just like, oh, okay, school me good, okay. um but yeah, I think things got a little more heated, which is funny because I feel like this wasn't her intention. But I definitely
Yeah.
think the like discourse picked up when Manon went on Weverse and actually addressed, or I guess gave her own like additional statement or slash clarification on the situation. So she sent the message, "Hi, friends. I want you to hear this from me. I'm healthy, I'm okay, and I'm taking care of myself. Thank you for checking in. Sometimes things unfold in ways we don't fully control, but I'm trusting the bigger picture. Thank you for standing beside me. I love you endlessly, and I can't wait to see you again." That I feel like that's when stuff in my like from my perspective when crap actually hit the fan because people were literally like translating it into Swiss and then retranslating it back into English and being like, this is what she
It's
really
wild.
meant. Do you think that this was like even more like this added more sketch, or again is it was it just like, okay, she's just like trying to consult fans?
I thought she was like if I didn't have internet or people to their fans like response before actually
Yeah.
reading, I think I would have thought she was just like trying to give them peace, knowing that she's fine,
Mm-hmm.
but she just needs a break.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I got forced into like
I
already
know.
being like maybe there's something more to this because like I think like the first thing I saw was from like like Cat's Eye fans or Manon
Yeah.
fans. And I was just like, this is a lot. I don't know. Like maybe she is trying to give you an like, I don't know, like a signal to
Mm-hmm.
like start going. But like in my mind, I definitely would not think something's up. She's
Mm-hmm.
out of the group or she's never coming back or something. Like it seemed, I don't know, it seems extreme for
Yeah.
just like, I don't know, what is this, like the second day? Maybe the same day that she posted this or something. Like, I don't know. Feels like a lot.
Yeah, I definitely think like I when I first saw it, I took it as face value, but I definitely sometimes I feel like people are doing too much. But some of the things I was like, okay, because when it was initially like, okay, that I'm healthy, I'm okay. I definitely saw it as like a making sure people know it's not something like terminal. Maybe it's not
Mm.
something like trying to like gauge like the level of how concerned people should be. But I will admit I was kind of like thinking when she said the um sometimes things unfold in ways we don't fully control, but I'm trusting the bigger picture. That was the first time where I was kind of like, this seems like maybe it was discussion and they were like, you need to do this, as opposed to a mutual decision, which doesn't necessarily mean
Mm.
she's actually kicked out of the group, you know? Like a forced
Yeah,
hiatus can still mean she's in the group. But I was like, okay, saying you gotta like it's not how you wanted it to happen in the bigger picture, but that could also just mean maybe she didn't want it to come to this and it just happened to come to this. So like
yeah,
there's a lot of ways to interpret it, but I definitely think like the hardcore fans, I go back and forth from believing them because they know a lot more than me versus
yeah,
being like, okay, y'all are doing too much, because they're probably going to overanalyze it. But it did give me a little bit of pause. But I think like everyone kind of started running with this interpretation and started kind of just looking all over the place for like instances that like Manon has been like mistreated, or fans feel like she wasn't done fairly. There had been a lot of like major publications who were reporting on this and kind of pointing out, like there was one big one that I think is probably the most recent development, where I think the guy who's alleged to be her boyfriend, he like reposted something or an article that was like the history of mistreatment of black girl group members.
mm,
And so people are like, well, that's her man, so he would know how she's feeling better than everyone else. Although just because he said it doesn't mean she said it. Okay, people have their own
mm,
autonomy. But I think another big kind of issue where people started invoking uh the Jessica getting kicked out of SNSD in 2014 was
yeah,
that Danielle's dad, one of the members, was, I don't know, somebody take away Uncle's phone, okay? He really gotta calm down, because
it's very interesting.
he was running over all social media. And like at first I thought it was just like, okay, I just she doesn't realize how inflammatory his comments might be, because he was saying
Mm.
stuff like you know, the show must go on, you know, they can still continue with five girls. He said I think he said to Manon, or said um commenting in like some video like come back when you're ready to work. And I thought it was literally just like a come back when you're ready to work, or don't worry guys, the group can still go on as five. And so that not only had people being like, well, if that's Danielle's father, there's no way Danielle's not talking to him, so maybe there's some
Yeah,
issues. And now people are calling for her to apologize, calling for the dad to, I don't know, be removed from Earth. He's not in the group, so there's not much we can do there.
yeah,
But I don't know, did these comments from both Manal's alleged boyfriend and Daniel's alleged father, um did these change the perspective of how people were interpreting this, or do you think this is still needs to be treated as a separate thing?
as a separate. I feel like it is adding fuel to this fire, and I feel like it's just like adding more stuff. It's kind of like the Selena Gomez and Haley Bieber situation, like 2 years
Mm-hmm.
or 3 years ago, where I feel like Selena liking things, like liking people's comments about like Haley, it gave like her fans the permission or what they thought was the permission to be like, yeah, this means we're on the right track. Like
Yeah.
we need to believe Selena, we need to like attack Haley right now.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing where it's like I feel like as soon as I get like a nugget from like some side person in
Mm-hmm.
that's like involved,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be like, ooh, this means we're on the right track. We need to keep going. We need to double down. We need to put like all our chips in right now
Mm-hmm.
and tell everyone.
Yeah. I think it's kind of interesting because I saw a lot of people saying, because you know how the whole thesis of Katseye was like mending the best parts of K-pop and Western pop. And a lot of
Mm,
people I've been seeing are saying that this is basically proof that it's a failure, because they're like not really able to contain this in the way that they might have if this was a K-pop group and they were dealing with this in Korea. And that may be a good thing or a bad thing. Like a lot of people are like,
mm,
you know, if like with the New Jeans situation, I feel like because we're having a lot of like major publications, like online publications coming out speaking about this, maybe not casting Hype Geffen in the best light, being very pro Mana, being very like what the heck are they doing? A lot of people publishing things about the mistreatment that the fans are bringing up, and like it's just like not, a lot of people are hating Hybe because of this Hybe Geffen, whatever you want to say. And so it's like with like the situation with like Danielle's father and stuff like that, like oh, this is crazy, but like would they like not be allowed to do that if this was in K-pop? And like even with the fact that people are comparing the members past like being very vocal online about certain other like online drama that contains like whatever's going on with them, and versus this where they're not saying anything, which like the silence is speaking volumes. So do you think that literally not to be crazy, but it it's almost the fact that there's too much autonomy that's allowed. I don't know how to
that they
put this.
have.
Like,
Ugh,
yeah, that it's like making this spiral out of control in an unnecessary way. Because people know that they could technically speak out if they wanted to, but nobody is. Versus in K-pop, it's like the standard to be like, well, the idol can't say anything, so like we don't know what they're thinking, type of thing.
hmm, I don't know. I guess it kind of is like they shot themselves in their foot with that.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know. I think like this could have happened in the idol world, but I
Mm-hmm.
guess it wouldn't be as like seen as taboo. You could just get away with saying like, "Oh, my company didn't let me say
Mm-hmm.
anything."
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like in this situation, you could also do the same thing. You could be like, "Well, maybe this is a legal matter and they can't say anything."
Mm-hmm.
So it's
That's
like, I don't
fair.
know.
That's
And I
fair.
feel like that's happened before too, where it's like people there's drama surrounding something, and people are like, "Why aren't you saying anything?" And it's like you find out later, it's like, "Oh, it's literally my lawyer said I can't because I need to keep
Mm-hmm.
this information."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's if
That's
this is a legal thing, though. Hopefully,
yeah.
it's not something that serious, but like maybe there is something like with her contract, something happened.
Yeah. Well, it seems like the opinion is that, well, two things that I'm saying, that it wasn't Manal's idea and they basically have forced her to go on this hiatus. Two, that it's not a sick thing, it's a punishment for something else. And
Mm,
three, that this is just a soft launch into kicking her out of the group, which I don't, even if that wasn't the initial situation, I feel like all like they're going to have to come out with one hell of a statement to basically quell all of this kind of people digging up ways that they feel like the members hate each other, people digging up the ways that they think that Hybe Geffen hates Manal, people digging up the ways of how like they think that she's mistreated or like the members are mistreated or that the family members
mm,
are like running off the mouth too much and stuff like that. And the also the idea that like Manal's being forced to do things and not speak out in the way she wants. Like it's very like maybe not as extreme, but very New Jeans coded when everyone was like,
yeah,
okay, after literally uh New Jeans fighting a door and like hide this whole time, how are they just gonna peacefully just suddenly act like none of that happened? Like it's gonna be weird if their intention is to bring her back because of all this mess that's happening. Like, and a lot of
yeah,
people are like being like she needs to go solo, we've already spouted the next Beyonce, yada yada yada. So it's very very messy, I think. I'm gonna jump into the comments real quick. Hi, the Barbie Rocket. How are you doing? And also, hey, Jordy. Tal says, I know Danny at herself when she saw the comments. That's why I was asking Jazz. I was like, is this a strange situation? Because he's saying an awful lot. And that just like,
yeah,
no matter how you slice that, I feel like it's just not a good look, even if you just are ultimately trying to defend her. Like it's a mess. Um, I don't know. I don't know how that's happening. Um, Tal also says this is giving Tiara scandal, but there's no actual beef from the members. Everyone else is creating beef.
yeah,
That's another thing that I feel really bad for. I think a lot of people are using this as like a chance to kind of bring up old drama, particularly
mm,
the drama from I think the drama that people have just I guess perceived or projected in like their live streams and stuff like that, but also some of the drama from the documentary that was viral like I think last year where it was shown that there was some tension between Manon and some of the other girls in Dream Academy because they
mm,
felt like she wasn't dedicated enough and things like that. So yeah, it's really a mess. Evan says, "Hey, Evan. Someone said Danielle's dad missed the audition for Dance Moms. Not Dance Moms. Listen, it's just it's so I just don't understand as a grown man how you but I will also
Post.
say, yeah. I will also say I think he thinks he's defending her and protecting her. Because I will say people talk crazy about Katseye and the members. And if any of these girls were my daughters, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I would be I just she'd be like
Yeah.
and another I mean I would not hit on another girl, but like trying to figure out some way to defend them. I don't know if I would be above that. It just seems like so cuz like I don't know what makes people
Yes.
so toxic when it comes to Cat's Eye. It's so weird. Even their own fans are like hella toxic.
Oh yeah. After this, I'm like, yo, we're holding on to some grudges. My gosh. Like I
Oh
thought like
god.
squashed it, but no, no, you were waiting. Or like and another thing, in 2002, Manon was walking down the street and Daniela was in America doing
Not
this.
2002
Why did
birth.
she why did she push Manon? It's like, wait, hold on. That doesn't make any sense. It never happened. But I just
Yeah.
feel like they hold on to stuff from like the past. I'm like
Yeah.
that's
It's so okay, some of the stuff I will say though are not like it is kind of a little ridiculous dunk. I'll be honest because like they were showing the debut single like one of the biggest I think reoccurring themes when it comes to the treatment of Manon and the rest of the members is during their debut single like literally called debut the
oh yeah.
formation was done in a way where she was literally a lot of the time during the chorus I'm guessing was smack dab behind whoever was in the front so you literally could not see her
I
and
was
I'm
rewatching that the other day. I was like, ooh, ooh. I was like, maybe she
like
just couldn't do the dance. I was like, maybe if I
yeah
could squint my eyes and see what she's doing back there, maybe she couldn't do the moves. So they're like,
yeah
let's go formation around. I don't know, no, so they don't see her.
I was kind of like, oh, okay. But the thing is,
Yeah,
what I don't get about this, like, and I'll admit that there's people who are more invested in Katseye and know that, like, are always in the lives and stuff like that, and know, like, all the lore who probably have more instances than me and, like, could count on their fingers. But like, there's, like, one narrative that Manon is, like, biased and she was always the favorite and like they scouted her and they sent trainers to her country to help her train before joining the Katseye documentary project thingy and they like let her they were more lenient with the way she practiced or whatever over other members because it was just so obvious she was going to be in the group and then there's this other very extreme narrative which is like they hate her they like hate
yeah.
that she's that was the theory. Somebody had this theory that was going viral where they were like, I can tell they hate Manon because out of the three, I guess, singles, quasi singles from their last album, Gnarly, Gabriella, and Game Boy, even though a lot of people like Game Boy, it seemed like it didn't get any push. And a lot of people were saying that because it was like very much Manon centered and centric. And I was just like, I don't know. I feel like 1 minute it's like this. She's in the
Mm,
middle most of the time, but then people are
yeah.
like, oh, she doesn't. They'll like take pictures and like they have a dance performance version of Gabriella that she's not in, and like people are like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
but yeah, Laura, she broke her leg, but was still in the Game Boy music video. I don't know. Like I'll be honest, at this point, I'm kind of gonna believe everything. I don't know.
Some of the things I'm like, I feel like there's so many valid reasons of why, but
Mhm.
I feel like they're trying to make it seem like there's only one reason, and it's because they don't
Mhm.
like Manon. And I don't
Mhm.
know, like I don't know the Game Boy thing. I'm like, well, Laura's leg is broken. She could just stand there holding the
Mhm.
thing, like it goes with the theme.
Yeah.
But if Manon was like actually sick, what are they gonna do? Like, they're not gonna be like, Manon, get out of bed. Let's put makeup
Yeah.
on you. That then they're gonna be like, well, that's abuse. So it's like I feel like
Yeah.
there's probably a valid reason, but yeah,
Yeah. And I think
once you
like
start spiraling, you spiral.
yeah. I think it also gets to a point too cuz I don't know, there is one that I think is pretty like I could see how it's very damning. They did like a promotional thing with Glossier. They had to like collab with them, the makeup brand.
Mm,
And so I guess at one point the five members went down and took a picture in front of like a billboard that promoted their
um,
Glossier collab. And so I guess the idea was that Manon was sick, so she couldn't join them. But then like the next day, she went by herself and took a picture in front of the billboard. So a lot of people were like, why didn't they just wait to take the picture? And I will
Mm.
say, as like a, I will just say, it logistic wise, if somebody's like sick, you know, and they can't get out of bed, I think sometimes you like can't replan things. And so it's like you just kind of like the show has to go on. And I could see if it was like this is the day we go in to take the billboard and somebody's sick and then maybe everyone else got the day off the next day. Like I don't know the
Mm.
logistics, but I can see that there's legitimate reasons why sometimes some people can't be in things. I remember there was something, I think when they did that, they like danced in their Winx, like they
Oh
had
yeah.
that Wings and Megan wasn't there. So I feel like it just is like trying to get the logistics of 5 people that you're also trying to make sure have their allotted break times and stuff like that. It can get kind of hard. So like not to be a high Geffen stand or whatever, but I can see like logistics sometimes don't logistic. But
Mm.
I guess it does kind of seem like certain things. Like I don't know, that debut thing was crazy. Like I'm not saying they hate
Yeah.
her, but that was crazy.
I just choose to be like she was one of the weaker dancers, right?
Yeah,
I don't
I think
know.
so. Yeah,
So
I
I was
think
like,
that
maybe it's just like she couldn't. I don't know.
that
They're like, let's
that is
save you
very
from.
K-pop.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that is very
Because like
K-pop
she
to
was
keep
in the
them
front
apart.
of, for some parts of like the dance, right?
Yeah, because she
So
has
I'm
parts
like,
in the song.
yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. And also in touch, I feel like she was in front for a lot.
Yeah, I think she's saying the second half of the chorus. But yeah.
Yeah,
Tal says, I feel like fandoms can support slash stand up for a member that isn't being fairly treated without throwing shit to the rest of the girls.
that
But the Manal
too.
stands are toxic to the girl. Yeah, that's the thing that I kind of it's kind of painful because I can see it people being like, you know, if it's Hybe versus Manal coming to her defense and be like they're not treating her right. But then I see a lot of people immediately wanting to slander the members and be like, remember when this member did this? Let's
Yeah,
like shit on this person and stuff like that. And I feel like that's when it becomes kind of unfair because it's like we don't know, like even people saying that they had a hand in kicking her out, we don't know that. Stop.
yeah.
We don't know that.
And she's not. We don't know if she's out.
That's
Like when they're like,
that's true.
they kicked her out, and I'm like, we didn't. We don't know what's happening. It's literally
Yeah.
been like 1 week. Like,
That's
let's
yeah.
breathe, everyone. Like, oh
That's
my
the thing
gosh.
that's gagging me that everyone's just like she's on a high. Wow, they kicked her out. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, they kicked her out.
like,
Okay,
let's have a
Jessica.
few. Let's move on.
That is kind of crazy. But I don't know. Maybe people are seeing something that I just feel like it would be crazy to kick her out. Um, I could see though, because I know they're doing Coachella in like 2 months, and practice for that is probably starting. So I feel like this is pretty indicative of her not being in Coachella. Which, if this is
Mm,
kind of if this is a punishment thing, I could see how that's kind of like, oh, you're not gonna be on this, but we don't know that for sure. Again, we don't know how long
yeah,
this is gonna last. We don't know who's initiated it. But nobody's speaking, and that's very sus
yeah,
because they be saying everything. So kind of messy. Um, Andre says, Manal wasn't in the dance practice video, but she was at least in the actual music video. Yeah.
yeah,
And I think that matters. Let's see. Tal says the promotional drama was very shady and did nothing to help stop the narrative of honestly, if we're really looking at this, they should have never released that documentary. Because I feel like that's the foundation on which
mm,
everyone has been operating in terms of the group dynamic ever. They still whack that Adela girl. Even though she's out here doing her own thing, that like they whack all of them because of that. So I know they love drama, but that I feel like that was a net negative because now everyone's just like they're toxic. They secretly hate each other. I think that's where you get the
yeah.
narratives that they all secretly hate each other is from that documentary. So I hope it was worth it, Hyde Geffen. Um, let's see. With DEI being rolled out, there's a lot of sensitivity going around when it comes to people of color in the workplace. A few of my colleagues were affected by it. I mean, I definitely think like I'll say as somebody who like followed Fifth Harmony like somewhat, and I know you were a little mixed Dan, so you're like who?
No, I followed Fifth Harmony because my sister liked them more than Little Mix. So like she was a Fifth Harmony fan. I'm a Little Mix fan. But I also
Oh,
love that one when what's it called when Camila was announced to not be in the group anymore,
And they
and they had her
no, oh my god, if they do that to
WIPO.
Mana, that would be nuts.
Like
That would
that
be
was
bananas. Oh my god, that was crazy. That was crazy.
that was hilarious. I was iconic. I'm sorry. Like, what in the
That
world?
was
Say you hate
not
the
subtle.
member without saying you hate the member.
That was so not subtle. Like that's crazy.
They're like, fling
Um,
that dummy. Just fling it.
but here's the thing though. I will say with Hybe Geffen, um, like it's so crazy because like there's the narrative Manon being like the visual, the one in the center. A lot of people
Yeah.
say who the group was built around. It's like okay, like obviously racism exists, but like lookism also exists, so it's like, well, she's so centered and she was so like hyped for like her looks and her aura and things like that. How could it be a situation where they are also biased? But I also think that it's like, okay, there's Geffen, obviously, but Hybe is a Korean company. So do they know how to handle those kind of like dynamics where it's like multicultural, there can be insensitive like like internal biases, like these more, and obviously there's aspects of like people can be from different parts of Asia and be in a K-pop group and stuff like that, but that actual like race-based, you know, insensitivity and stuff, are they ready to handle that? Because I mean,
Mm.
there's American countries that or companies that can't even handle that, so it is kind of messy in terms of like
Yeah.
being ready to be prepared for those like kind of dynamics. But yeah. Tao says the situation ends in black and white, but the internet fandoms refuse to see nuance and demand to have villains and heroes right away, and
Yeah.
will do everything to justify their beliefs and actions. And it's so, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
definitely
feel
think
like it's
there's
getting worse over time.
like in general
This
or like in their fandom.
in general for
Mm-hmm.
humans.
I agree.
Like I feel like they just want answers immediately, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's not how life works.
Yeah. I mean, I can say maybe it's a little bit admirable because I feel like maybe the idea is like, well, if possibly standing this group is like, indirectly in supporting or indirectly supporting a company that potentially is wronging somebody, I don't want any part of it. But I feel like there's ways to go about that. And I think
Mm.
immediately being like, this member did this or this member's awful or blah, blah, and assuming all this thing is not the way. But I think, like you
Yeah.
and Tao were saying, it's because people want clear villains, kill enemies, because they want to be on the right side of the
Yeah. And that's
thing.
the other thing that people don't like is saying they're not right.
Yeah, yeah. Another YouTube stater, maybe Katseye is going through a rebrand due to the backlash of internet girls. Members of Vicha had to leave to rebrand. Okay, I don't think though. Okay, I see what you're saying, but I don't think. I think people liked internet or didn't like internet girl, but I don't think. I think Katseye still has like fans and is fairly popular. I
Yeah.
think the difference with Vicha is that they weren't very popular.
Yeah,
So
and then JYP like hid them.
yeah,
I think because of the two younger members who
and
are
because
the ones that left.
yeah, and the whole like what was her name? KJ? I forget
Yeah, she
her.
was one of the younger ones. She's like the second
Yeah.
youngest.
Yeah, but she like formally came out and is like currently litigating about the like abuse that she like
Yeah.
endured. So I feel like that's part of the reason why they wanted to cut them out. But I don't
Yeah.
know if like kicking out my, because here's the thing that I will say, and no shade to the other girls, I don't know what that group looks like without Manon. I feel like she was very pivotal in their like, not to say that
The
any
look.
group, I think they're all very pivotal in like how that
Yeah.
group is like marketed and branded, but I feel like it would be very hard to intentionally have this girl that was the face and the center or whatever and then take her out. Like that's very bold to do
Mm.
that. I mean, they're still very early in their career, but it's not like nobody knows who they are, you know? So, um but yeah. Also, hi, bored girly. Hopefully, you're unbored from this stream. But yeah. Let's see. Uh, hot take. I think Manaz over the pop star life, especially with the toxic online spaces. Even her fans bullying her coworkers. Like, I think she's over it. I know I would be. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. From your perspective, Jazz, do you think after seeing everything that happened, would you even want to go back if you're a Manaz?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out like what that even looks like. Like what it's like kind of like that meme where it's like, "Hi, how y'all doing?" I feel like that's her walking into the room because it's like it's so
Yes.
awkward.
Well, yes.
It's like, what am I supposed to do now? I don't know. Like, do I apologize to you? I don't know because my fans are crazy and
Yeah.
I didn't, I don't know. I couldn't defend you. Or like, does Daniela apologize for her dad speaking and
Yeah,
doing stuff? Like,
that's
it's like,
true.
there's so much that I feel like
Very
would
awkward.
have to
This
be
is Fifth
said.
Harmony. This is Fifth Harmony low key. Like
Yeah.
that's so awkward. Like sans whatever the actual dynamic within the group, like whatever's happening there, because we don't know right now. We can only speculate. But the things that we know that they'll have to deal with, like you said, like people basically being like, this group sucks. The members are stinky. They are this, that, and the third in defense of Manon, and then obviously like Danny's dad, going nuclear, and like, sir, who are you? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone, nobody held the mic to your mouth. It's kind of crazy, but like, and just like, yeah, I would not want to be pummeled by someone's fans and then have to be
Yeah.
like that. That literally is Fifth Harmony. All them fans hated each other. Oh my
Yeah.
god, just to span the group, low key, no shade. Not to span the group,
Yeah.
but I
That's
don't know
why
if she
little
can be there.
mix, you know.
Stop. Not in
Little Mix,
2026.
even though they kind of had their little drama with Jesse,
I'm gonna say they're not without drama.
they are, you know, they're great. Listen to them.
But that's also though I feel like what we were saying with New Jeans, like when they have to come back to Adore and
Oh yeah,
inevitably interact with other hype groups, what's that gonna look like?
yeah,
Dang, even within the group, because we don't even know if Minji's in it right now. We know two of the
yeah,
members, the youngest ones, joined back before the other ones did. We know Danielle's out now. Like, how do you? They need one hell of a therapist, psychologist, whatever, to do some group therapy there
yeah.
because I just feel like it's gonna be maybe 10 years from now we're like, oh, that was nothing, but right now I feel like it's really gonna
It's
be
turmoil.
overcome. Yeah, especially with a divided fandom that is probably very much convinced that every single day people are shitting on Manon and doing all this
Yeah,
negative stuff. They're gonna cause havoc because they feel like it's their only way to kind of protect their fave. So a mess. Um, not H&M. Manon served in the H&M Gap. Oh yeah, okay, you correct yourself. My eyes were glued to her. The other girls too, but Manon brought it home, led and collected. Yeah, it's hard because I definitely think. I mean, there's people whose job it is to be like, these are the members in the group. This is how we're gonna like. As much as people have been like, they have no vision, they have no passion, they have no aggression when it comes to their music. I do think that there is very like one thing that they do seem like they're very intentional about is like their image, their like the visual aspect of the group, and I definitely think it was in ways built around Manon. So it will be really
yeah,
interesting that if she does leave or they do kick her out, whatever that looks like, how they're gonna kind of rebuild and rebrand. I do think they'll still be very popular, and a lot
oh
of
yeah,
people saying that she would go solo. I don't even know if that would work. Like a lot of people underestimate how hard it is to be a popular singer that
yeah,
sings and is known for singing, like, and I'm not saying like anything to do with her personal voice because it's not like being an artist. Like think about how like people like Sabrina Carpenter, Chaperone are only just now popping off after doing it for years.
yeah,
It's like it takes, it's not just being popular to be like a good solo artist. And we don't even know if
yeah.
that's what she wants to be. So
I could see her
it's
being a socialite. Makes sense.
yeah, maybe a
Like a
model.
model. Yeah,
Yeah.
just being at
Yeah.
places that you're like, oh, that's where the rich people are. There's no.
I can see a little single singer songwriter situation, but I
I
feel
can
like
see
people
that
being
too.
like, next Beyonce, we gotta wait on
No,
that
I think
because
it would be like a
Beyonce,
side hustle. Like
yeah.
I think she would be like, I don't know. I was gonna say Addison Ray, but Addison Ray, she's growing.
Okay, Addison Rae Stan. I didn't know we would have the next Charlie XCX.
Um,
Maybe
maybe, and let me not
she
say.
gives alternative. She gives like she would be an
Yeah,
alternative niche queen. I
I
feel.
can see her growing into that.
Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on it. I just really think I will also say, nothing on the girls or the situation, but the toxicity around it is kind of making me tired. I wonder if other
Oh,
people
yeah.
feel that way. Like
Oh,
where
no,
it's
I'm
just
tired.
like it's what people were saying about New Jeans. They're like, there's so much toxicity around this whole situation. I don't even know if I have the energy to check it out anymore, because it seems like
Nope.
you type in New Jeans, it's a bunch of people like literally swearing on each other's mamas, sending everyone death threats, and it's just toxicity. Like, I'm here to have fun.
Yeah. I
Like,
don't even have to type. I just go down Reddit and then it's just like more stuff about New Jeans and more
yeah,
stuff about Manon. And I'm like, there's only so much that could have come out in the
yeah.
last like 2 minutes.
Yeah, and
Please
everyone
stop.
has their takes. And I feel like you mentioned this before, but people have are using this to get out their takes that they've kind of been holding back. So it's like, oh, I always
Yeah.
thought they were toxic, but I didn't want to be like that toxic person. But now that we're having this situation, let me start showing receipts of like me thinking the members are toxic or whoever's toxic.
Yeah.
So yeah. Speaking, nice segue. Speaking of V, now why is your fave out here sending late night text to Minheejin?
Imagine. It's like 2 a.m. That's the timestamp. But no.
Stop. It's not funny. Okay, I guess we have to like go back. And I'm reading straight off of Soompi. Let me cite my sources because I've never done on the boots, what is it? On the ground, boots on the ground journalism. Y'all, I just read articles like the rest of y'all. So let me just bring it up right now. Honestly, I have to say that because the thing is, I remember one time I was in like a journalism class and they were like, yeah, journalism is not like repeating what other people like you are a journalist if you are there to get the initial scoop. And that kind of gathered me because I was like, oh yeah, I read articles and I gather stuff. Well, I guess, you could say if it's like a Twitter thing, finding tweets could get the scoop. But like, I had to like, be like, okay, there's some people do it at a level that I'm not doing it. All
Yeah.
right. So this is from Soup. So this happened last week, 2 weeks ago. And so as you guys know, there's an ongoing lawsuit. Oh my god, not the Traders podcast thing being up. I didn't even notice that. I'm sorry, y'all. um,
That did not
um
even click to me.
I was like, why is it say Traders? Let me switch it up. There we go. A little better.
Even
Um,
so.
So there's been an ongoing court case between Hybe and Minheejin. If you guys want us to recap it, we have plenty of streams about this. But specifically, there was a back and forth between money that was allegedly owed. It's very deep, but it has to do with stocks and being able to sell back stocks. But essentially, upon Minheejin being removed as the CEO of Adore, there was potential money as part of her contract that, in the case this happened, that she would receive. But I guess Hybe was saying because of the way that everything went down and she violated her contract, they weren't trying to give her that money. So the update last week was that the court ruled in favor of former Adore CEO Minheejin over Hybe regarding the put option stock purchase claim right, this little stock thing, worth approximately 25.5 million won, or $17 million on the morning of February 12th. The Civil Agreement Division 31. Okay. Let's see. The court stated the key issue in this case is identical to that of the preceding case. However, in this case, the plaintiff exercise of the so-called stock sale claim right put option remains a separate matter. So essentially, they have one thing going on. Hybe was saying because they have that lawsuit, she can't get the money that she was owed, and they were like, actually, yes, she can. So apparently, there was like appeal to this case where Hybe was like, okay, they awarded her the money, but let's like appeal the case, and in that interim we don't have to give her the money. So all that happened. But I believe in relation to this, there's a situation. Let me change the view here. Oopsies. All right. Oopsies. Okay, so in relation to this court case, there is some text between Minheejin and V that was used as evidence, and via that, they got revealed to the public. So on February, this article is coming from Soompi. On February 20th, BTS member V has spoken out in regard to his Kakao Talk messages being submitted as evidence in the legal dispute between Hybe and former Adore CEO Minheejin. Previously, on the morning of February 12th, the Seoul District Court ruled in favor of Minheejin in her legal battle with Hybe concerning the exercise of put option valued at 25.5 billion won. On February 20th, Sports Kyung reported that, according to the first trial judgment document from the shareholder agreement lawsuit between Hybe and Min Hee-jin, the court determined that Min Hee-jin's suspicions alleging that Eyelet had copied New Jeans constituted a legitimate expression of opinion. During the proceedings, Kakao Talk conversations exchanged between V and Min Hee-jin were revealed to have been included as part of the evidence. According to the report, V had sent Min Hee-jin a message that read about how plagiarism accusations always come up and are never absent. Yeah, I know, right? I also looked at it and thought, this is similar. So to sum that all up, there's basically these messages saying that between Min Hee-jin and V, he was kind of agreeing with her that Eyelet's stuff looked similar to New Jeans stuff, which was like the whole precedent of like Min Hee-jin wanting
Drama.
to pull all that. So people were gagged because they're like, not V pro Min Hee-jin, anti Eyelet pro New Jeans. But like the thing is, there was also kind of like, okay, he might have privately messaged this to her, but did it deserve to be put on Front Street? So according to the report, V had sent, following the report, V personally addressed the matter via Instagram, sharing a screenshot of the article on his Instagram story. He stated, "This was part of a private, everyday conversation I shared out of empathy because she was an acquaintance of," he said acquaintance. He said, "I saw her in the street once." I had absolutely no intention of taking either side. However, I feel very taken aback that this conversation was submitted as evidence without my consent. Okay, so thoughts. A couple things I'm going to ask. One, is this okay? Who's shady in this situation? Is Min Hee-jin shady for submitting this as evidence, or is V shady for saying one thing behind closed doors, but feeling some way when it's put out on Front Street?
I think it's shady that she didn't tell him.
Okay.
Because I feel like, isn't there like a thing where she was like, other people have said this to me?
Like said the copy thing?
Yeah.
I'm sure that
like
was
I feel
one
like
of her.
she's probably, yeah, I feel like she's said this. So it's like, why is it that you had to use V? Like I don't know. Why specifically him? And like, why didn't you ask him? Like, did you ask the other people? Like, I don't know. She seems shady to me in that situation. But I do think it's a little shady that he's like, well, hold up. She's an acquaintance. So why are you texting her? I don't text acquaintances.
Not this expose. I just feel like I don't know how I feel about this, because I will say, if I was Min Hee-jin, and we don't know the like surrounding conversations that led up to him saying what he said, so it might have been a gotcha thing, but like I do feel okay. Let me try to like lately.
Ooh.
I would feel a way. Okay, it's giving Tara, Johnny, and Natalie at the round table. I would feel a
Someone's
way
being gaslit.
Yeah, exactly. Because now I wonder how many people were in her hair being like, "Yeah, yo, you should get Eyelet because that's some copy shit." Like, I definitely think nobody's like 100%
Oh, so you think
perfect.
she's like Natalie? You think Min Hee-jin?
No, okay, so I don't know. Again, I don't know the actual details of all these thingies, but I feel like that is a bit shady for you to be able to be like, "Yeah, I don't know, I saw that," and they're kind of, and then like when it came out, like I can understand his frustration with it coming out to the public, and if they could have avoided that, they really should have, because now it becomes V said this, which doesn't necessarily strengthen or whatever, the opinion, and now he's like brought into it for no reason, and he has to interact with those are his hubeis. It puts him in a really awkward situation. But like, if it's like, oh, I'm trying to prove like whatever people were saying that this was true, and all these people are saying behind closed doors, I'm like, well, I'm not crazy saying this. Like, everyone's making fun of me and saying I'm so crazy for saying that these are similar, but here we have a bunch of people who would benefit from it not being the truth. He's a high bet. He's out there with Hybe, are saying it. So I would be kind of like, yeah, of course I'm going to submit you. You're like but V's not no one. Maybe this is the crazy thing. No. Just kidding. I
I mean, that's what she said. She said,
Yeah,
"Oh
okay.
no, I don't need you."
That's true. She kind of like,
Also,
we already
is
know
there
she's
context?
operating to
Is there
that's what I was
context?
thinking, because she
I'm
could have been
like,
like, yeah, she could
what if
have
she's the
coaxed
one that's
that.
like, "Hey, so like, do you also think that like
Yeah, yeah,
Islet and New Jeans are very similar?" He's like,
yeah.
"Yeah, it's crazy,
That's the
man.
one thing that
You're
I'm like,
right." And she's like,
yeah,
"All right, got you. I'm just gonna
yeah.
screenshot this part and send that in."
She's like, if I held a gun to your head and you had to either say that Islet and New Jeans are nothing alike or they're a little bit similar, what would your thoughts be? And then she clicked it. That would be pretty crazy. So yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
without context, it's very shady. But I also would feel away if it's like, everyone's saying behind closed doors, perhaps, that like they're similar, and yet when I try to do something about it, suddenly everyone's moms. But I think I do agree that, like, yeah, you ask him, and when he eventually says no, then you submit it. No, just kidding. You ask him, and if he says no, then we have to figure it out some other way. So I
yeah,
can definitely understand his anger. I just feel like it kind of does make me start looking at people funny, because it's like people wanted to act like she's crazy, but if other people are agreeing with her,
but it's like if you're gonna release that information, though, I guess it's like if she used it and didn't post about the fact that, or like whoever posted, maybe it was her lawyer
mm-hmm,
that brought this up and into the light. I feel like she's wrong for that. I think I'd
mm-hmm,
be pissed as him because I'm like, I wouldn't care behind closed doors. Use whatever I said. But
mm-hmm,
now I'm being dragged into your public
yeah,
like domain by you. It wasn't someone
mm-hmm.
else. Like it was you. So now I'm a little peeved. So I'm going to also respond in kind.
It is kind of crazy though, because I feel like the cat's already out of the bag now, so it's kind of like, even though he does have a good point, that is invasion of his privacy, it's like, well,
Yeah.
people already he's not like he's denying he said it or anything like that, so it's kind of like,
I
oh,
mean, he can't.
interesting. That's true.
Didn't she like post it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess it was just a part of like public court records that anyone could access.
Mm,
I don't know how that works, I'll be honest. But now, if Ale wants to fight him in the streets of Hybe, they have every right to. So I
we should
do
tell
think
him.
though New Jeans fans are doing a little too much behind this. I feel like a lot of them are
Oh,
like,
always. They have always been, and that's like there's so much that went
oh,
wrong with New
stay
Jeans.
in
I'm
the
just like, I feel like this could have been a whole different. Yeah, they should have stayed in the middle,
middle. Liked
liked
you
it
a
a
little.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Um,
then so say Skittle. I don't know.
yeah. But speaking of this, so a lot of people, I think, with this whole Minhee Jin having her separate thing, it was announced that she, even after all this New Jeans mess,
Mm,
she's opening a new label and she's debuting a new boy group. So a lot of people were like, wow, ultimately, Minhee Jin was the villain, both for Islet and Hype groups and New Jeans, because she riled them up and then like abandoned them. Apparently, that might not be the case. So we were talking about the $17.7 million that Minhee Jin was set to be awarded after the court case last week. Apparently, she's saying, actually, I don't even want that garbage high. So, in a press conference, I believe, she essentially announced that she would be willing to give up the money that Hybe owes her if they drop all the lawsuits against New Jeans. So, in the specific, we can actually read the, okay, this is kind of long. But essentially, she was just basically saying, yeah, um, oh, okay. Let me just read it here and we'll dissect. We'll pull a Hassan. If Hassan can read articles on stream, so can we. Also, hi Hassan, I know you watch this. Imagine.
I haven't seen him in years. I feel like.
I'm not here. Decades. Um, All right. Minhee Jin addresses lawsuit and makes proposal to Hybe at press conference. Minhee Jin proposed that Hybe bring all cases to an end in exchange for her giving up the 25.6 billion won she supposed to receive through her put option on the afternoon of February 25th. Minhee Jin, CEO of Oak Records, dang, she already has a new moniker, held a press conference where she personally addressed the outcome of the first trial and Oak Records' future plans. So she says, "Hello, this is Minhee Jin. First, I would like to express my deepest respect and gratitude to the court for taking the time over this long period to examine the essence of the case and for clearly confirming the truth through its rulings. From our victory in the 2024 injunction proceeding to the police decision in 2025 not to forward the case to the prosecution, and now to this victory in today's 2026 trial, our first trial sentence, it's truly been a long tunnel. The court has made clear that the sensational framing of a management control takeover and tampering was nothing but an illusion, and it recognized that the concerns I raised regarding creativity ethics were, as the head of the company, legitimate management judgments I was duty bound to make. This outcome of the lawsuit felt to me like comfort that washed away the wounds of the past 2 years. At the same time, I feel a sense of indebtedness for the fatigue I intentionally caused the public through this process. Now I intend to repay that debt with a new vision for a new K-pop era. Dang, what a teaser. She's like, wait on Oak Records. The reason I am standing here today is to tell you that I have decided to exchange the 25.6 billion won I will receive as the price of winning for something else, something of greater value. 25.6 billion won is an enormous amount that most people could hardly ever come into contact with. Not her flexing on us, even if they devoted their entire, she said, you're poor, entire lives to it. And for me, having just announced a new beginning, it is also an incredibly precious resource. But because there is a value I desire far more earnestly than this massive sum, I have called this press conference to make a meaningful proposal to HYBE. Of all the reasons behind this decision, the New Jeans members are the most urgent and heartfelt reason. In exchange for relinquishing the 25.6 billion won, I propose that we immediately halt all ongoing civil and criminal litigation and bring all disputes to a complete close. This proposal includes not only me personally, but also the New Jeans members, our outsourced partner companies, all former Adora employees. Oh shit, she's saying the whole crew. All former Adora employees, and even the termination of every complaint and accusation directed at the fandom that has been drawn into this fight and hurt along the way. Only when all these legal disputes come to an end will there be no further reckless noise and conflict, not only for the artists, but for their families and the fandom as well. I can no longer stand by and watch the reality in which 5 members who should be happily on stage are forced into a situation. Okay, sorry, I'm laughing, but into a situation where somebody is on the stage while somebody else is in the courtroom. The members on the stage will suffer, and not only the fans watching this unfold, but no one at all can view this situation with happiness. And with hearts torn to pieces like this, you can never create a good culture. As I've said many times, there are many values more important to me than money. Now that my sincerity has been confirmed, I want to show the world that there are values more precious than money. I hope this decision to trade the enormous sum of 2.5 billion won for other values will be formed into broader progress and reconciliation across the K-pop industry. The place HYBE and I belong is not in the courtroom, but the stage of creation. When I launched New Jeans, I had a creative vision. I'm deeply saddened that I couldn't see it through to the end, but precisely because of that, I asked the current Adore to make it a reality, to keep the promise mentioned in court. If New Jeans returns, we will treat them well. Please create an environment where all 5 New Jeans members can come together and freely pursue their dreams to their heart's content, opening a path for the artists to shine again. This is the only role adults should be playing. Dang! To me, 2.5 billion won is not greater than the value of restoring a healthy K-pop ecosystem and the artists' peaceful everyday lives. Now I hope all of us will do our best on our respective paths so that we can offer fans an even better stage. All right, so that's like the gist of it, that she's saying she's willing to relinquish this this monetary prize that HYBE should have to pay her in order for everything to be dropped for New Jeans. I feel like this is a pretty baller move. Am I too naive?
Yeah, I was like, dang, she's playing chess.
Exactly. For
I've been
everyone
waiting
who's
for this
like,
day.
she was like, I just need the funds. Because I mean, that was a pretty big narrative that people are being like, New Jeans, you guys are fools because this person that you were caping for like just
Mm.
basically abandoned you when it got too hard, and now you're left, fractured. But here it is, seeing that, yeah, maybe she was cooking. She was like, wait on it, Danielle, okay,
Mhm.
I'm cooking. I don't know. Now, how do you think this makes Hype look? Like, what if they don't take it? Do you
They
think people
don't
understand?
take it.
Yeah, if they're
Well, it
just like,
depends on if is that enough money for everything that is happening.
probably not.
So then I feel
I
like
don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know how much money across the board, but I know that was. I'm pretty sure that was part of the reason why Danielle got kicked out, because she had some kind of other contractual obligations that she wasn't willing to
yeah,
cancel, and now she has lawsuits. So at least from the Danielle perspective, maybe that would cover
yeah.
it. But
But like they have to break their contract, right? Is that
who,
what like
Danielle?
no, the rest of them. Or like what cases do they have against the girls? Like I
I,
thought it was only against Minnie
Danielle.
Jin
I think Danielle, her whole
and
situation
Danielle's
is,
family.
yeah, I don't know what the actual case is against the girls. I mean, maybe there's some type of like infraction, something or other. Maybe she means
Okay.
in general, like them. Well, no, because I think she's accepted that they're going to be under a door and she's not going to be able to be their CEO anymore. But maybe there's like different type of infractions and things based on what they did when they were. Wasn't there like something where they're like, oh, if they do any for every single promotion they do, they owe $1 million.
Oh,
Maybe there's something there.
yeah,
I
I
don't
kind of
know,
remember
but I
that.
guess it's like any type of animosity. And I think she also mentioned like adore members, the families. So maybe there's something against the families too. Which honestly,
Okay.
if the members that did come back have any type of lawsuits against them, I feel like that's just common sense to drop them, because how are you supposed to work in like a non-hostile environment if they know you have active lawsuits against them? That seems really nutty
Yeah.
bananas, cuckoo beans.
That's why I was like a little like what does this mean? Like where's this money actually going? Like she wants it to like where does she want it
Mm,
to go?
hmm I think in general, it's probably just a plea to basically let all the girls come back, basically start from normal, no like type of penalties, no type of punishment, and just act like, I guess, what it would have been if she just had stepped down and they would have been able to go on as five, as like Hybe initially wanted, but none of like the penalties, I
Mm,
guess, and maybe potential poor treatment that they might receive from it, which I feel like is
yeah.
actually kind of admirable. I don't know. I know the girls hate Minhee Jin, but like I feel like this is actually very nice.
A broken clock is right twice a day or whatever. So yeah.
Exactly. It's our minute. Oh my god, do you stand?
So without her shaman, she's like, wait a minute, hold on, I can cook.
Well, V's the shaman. We
Hold
already
on.
found
I
out.
can make my own decisions. Hold on. And they're actually kind of fire. Hold on.
When she dropped V as her shaman, when he stopped texting her, that's when she opened her third eye and she realized
Exactly.
I can actually not be messy. Like that's also an option.
Exactly.
Um, Tal says Minhyejin cooked, but Hybe isn't gonna let her serve. I think the Misaki that they, yeah, I think, because I feel like I do think maybe it looks kind of bad, but I also think Hybe doesn't care. Like I think when you are that big of a company and you're that powerful, at least within the context of Korea, because I don't know, people are cooking them in those Manon those Manon
Yeah.
articles. I feel like you're like, okay, that's cute for you anyway. Like, but I mean, I feel like I don't know in the grand scheme of Hybe if $17 million is a lot of money. Like, so
Mm. Yeah, I
like
don't know.
what is worse, I guess here, but I don't know, because I think the condition is assumed that they would let Danielle back in, and maybe Hybe just does not want to do that,
Yeah.
which I feel like fractures the whole entire group. But I guess though, at this point the ball's in Hype's court, so V, get it together. I don't know. Sugar? What? You know
Not
we
Sugar. Sugar's like, I've been trying to hide since that scooter incident. Let's not bring me back in. Like I'm
don't
good.
do Sugar in that way, okay? Let's
You
go
brought
back
him
to the
up. He was hiding.
okay, Ratmon. Ratmon's like, okay, we gotta start. J Hope. J Hope. Tinashe. I don't
Jimin
know. Jimin. Jungkook.
and Jungkook. Both
We
of
all
them.
gotta figure it out because it's not working. Okay, all right. For our last topic of the day, I wanted to bring up some like not so fun news. And rather than it being about K-pop stars, this is more about the K-pop fandom. So some of you guys may have seen. Now, personally, I haven't really watched a K-pop reaction video since 19 BC. However, I know that like a lot of you do watch it. A lot of you have your faves, even if you don't watch them generally across the board. But something recently spoke to me when a K-pop reactioner called Caitlin Benson posted to her YouTube channel just like a very emotional I'm done type of video. And in the video, she basically talked about how she's quitting reactioning, like posting reaction vlogs or videos. And she cites a lot of things. I think one of the breaking points was like on TikTok or something. There was like a TikTok when people were talking about reactioners that do too much and people kept saying her. But she also listed a lot of other things, like people getting mad when she didn't have a good enough reaction to their faves, people getting mad when they felt that her reactions were overdone, and just like how like it basically like picked away at her self-confidence over time. And I don't know, I just wanted to kind of talk about this because I'm like, what like it seemed so like innocent. Like even if you
Mm.
thought this person was corny, because I remember like I don't know, when reactioners started, I kind of enjoyed them as just somebody in the K-pop. I knew it wasn't for me, but I never felt the need to like harass or fight anyone.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like Jess, where do you think that comes from? The fact where when somebody reacts the way that somebody doesn't like, they literally like, I need to make sure they have a bad time for the rest of their life
Because
on
it makes their
the
face bad.
like I don't understand.
And
Like
they're on the internet sharing their opinion, and they're like, I don't like that.
that's just so
Everyone needs to be
crazy.
like me. They need to love my fave.
That just
I don't
seems
know.
so toxic. I don't know. To me, okay, so was there a point in time when if you slandered my fave, I would feel away? Yes. But I feel
Yeah.
like it just never got to the because what do you get out of like just making somebody feel really, really bad just because they like you think that's gonna change their opinion? Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
And
Now
from
they
what
probably
how
really don't like them. Because they're like, oh,
exactly.
is this what their fans do? Okay. Let me
Exactly.
stay away.
And I will say, because people don't think this is a good a fandom, a horrible behavior ruining an artist, like somebody's potential to like an artist is valid. I know a lot of people are like, don't hate the artist. No, because you interact with the fandom. That's half the fun of being in a
Yeah.
like liking somebody. So it's just kind of like I just felt really, really bad for her. And it just kind of made me like a lot of the things that she was talking about was like a lot of the reason why when I started like my channel, I knew I did not want to do K-pop reactions. And there's a lot of things she listed because like for example, a lot of people will say her reactions are fake because they're like, well, me myself when I'm acting watching a video, I'm not like, whoa, oh my god, son, don't do it to me, son.
Yeah.
But like people are legitimately like that. Like I like when
Yeah.
I was like first starting out in K-pop, I literally audibly gagged when like Kyungsoo came on my like screen. Like that was real. And it just seems like why are people so mad and negative over like what do you even if she is playing you, what do you lose? Like what
Yeah. Just don't watch. You
exactly.
can click off. You can afford it. It's
Like
not gonna hurt you.
if she overreacts to San, I don't know, grinding on TikTok or whatever, how does that affect your day, your
Yeah.
income, your like
Your
ability to
being.
talk to your friends? Like it
Yeah.
just seems so crazy. Also, I also want to say hi to Primavera. Welcome to the stream. Um, Tal says this also goes back to delusion and early unrestricted access to the internet.
Mm.
Was a mistake. I was a CLC fan. They were Nugus. I was mad when people would call my face flops, but I never sent death threats.
Yeah.
I the liberal use of death threats confuses me. Like, is it that people don't think that people take them seriously when you say you're gonna kill them or send them a picture of their address? Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Why is this lax? I don't understand.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy because she literally had 400K on YouTube and she walked away because y'all are so toxic. Like,
I mean, it's understandable. That's taxing.
Yeah, that's true. One of the things that she also said that was definitely, I was like, yeah. One of the thing I was never a K-pop reactioner for real, but one of the things that I always thought was really toxic is that people would beg, scream, cry, and poop their pants to like for like when they were like be like, "Oh, please react to this, please react to this." And then when that thing was reacted to, all the comments would be like, "Please react to this other thing, please react to this other thing." It was a never-ending loop. And I remember
Oh,
Michael Grant Scott, I forget what he was saying. He was a K-pop reactioner back in the day. I remember I did an interview with him and he was talking about how he literally would always have to stay up, immediately react, immediately edit to post because that's like the level you would have to keep up with getting these videos out. And I was like, that
yeah.
sounds miserable.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. Like, I feel like it's only fun for the ones that you actually were already going to watch.
exactly. Exactly.
Like,
Like, and
you
that's
know.
another thing. Like, the whole debate between like a multi stand and a like one person stand or whatever, it's like, I don't know, like I think people can generally genuinely like a couple groups or whatever. But like I do think like the expectation just because somebody likes K-pop a whole, they're going to like all the groups the same. So it's like they're going to get the same high level reaction is crazy. So it's like if you're
Mm,
suggesting somebody react to your group, you have to do that with the open mind knowing that they might not care. They might not like it that much.
yeah,
They might not get, and if that bothers you, then stop asking. Like I'm dead ass.
yeah.
Like people are so like confused. Oh my god. Okay, let's talk about our favorite reactions. Let's get them back.
Who's it?
Tumin Jin
Oh my
Jonghyun,
gosh! Wait, I
my
kind of
girls.
remember that.
My girls. Love them so much. They were icons. I always but the thing is, you knew to come to them when it was a shiny song, when it was like a Kai or like EXO song, when I was like, who else did they like? Obviously shiny was their bias, but it's just like I think that's what it really needs to be. Unless you're one a type of person that breaks down, from like a artistic but not a stand, whatever. Like it's like yes, it's obvious that that's who they stand. So if I was like, oh, react to Teen Top, and they weren't gagged, I shouldn't be surprised because there was no indication that they were gonna be gagged by it. Like why
Yeah,
don't people understand this? Like it's so annoying. Jerry was reacting to everything. I don't know how he did it,
he
but
still he
he
still
like
does.
he games now, right?
Does he?
I think so. Anyway, I think reaction is a losing game because people are too toxic. Like, don't get me wrong, there's people who are huge. I remember Briss Life, he's still doing it, and they hated him
Oh,
every two for
does
three
he?
business. He
He
still
still
does it.
exists.
Yes, and they hated
I
him
forgot
every
about
2 to 3
him.
business seconds.
Why
Um,
can't I type?
Katina, hey, said, I hate that they ran her off. Once some people saw there was a vulnerability in that is the other thing that's really painful when she was talking. She was like, yeah, it was like I could do nothing right. And she was like talking about how like people were saying she was obsessed with Yuta, like just characterizing her in like these really toxic ways. And I'm like, what does that do for you? Like what it just seems like you're hating to hate, which just makes me so sad. Cause it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
I don't know, this is why like honestly I have to tread lightly with K-pop Twitter and K-pop TikTok because it just is really it's depraved the way that y'all just feel like you should drag everyone. Um
Yeah.
but kudos, I will say kudos to her and shout out to her for knowing that it was it was more detrimental because she also talked about how like she knows that there's people who like her that enjoy her stuff, but like she couldn't like the people who would attack her and say negative things, she couldn't get that out of her head, and so she was like ultimately it just is better. And I'm like good for her for knowing that like it's like I know that this was an awesome opportunity that I built for myself, but I think it's best if I should walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good
I
for her.
just yeah, I just felt so bad for her. Andre says the K-pop fandom sphere just needs to chill that f out. People react how they want to. Make your own video. Period. You don't even have to make a full video anymore. Make a TikTok.
You don't have to make a video. Just react to it.
Yeah,
In your
exactly.
room. React to it.
React for your mom, okay? I'm sure she would love to see what you think about
Share it with
Ice
your
Fangirl.
friends.
Exactly. Honestly, yeah. Like, if you don't like the way that somebody's reacting, I also think it kind of goes into how every stan is like a PR manager now. And so if they
Yeah.
think that like somebody not having the best reaction might be negative PR, they're just like, well, you shouldn't exist on planet Earth, actually, which is insane.
Yeah.
But the frontal lobe's still developing a lot of these people, so not an excuse, but yeah.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Jerry has a podcast with a girl that does BTS news on TikTok. Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
Should we ask them on?
She's like, who?
Listen, I would love to collab with a K-pop girly pop or boy pop. I would love to
Yeah,
do a
that'd
little
be
collab.
fun.
I would love, especially somebody who's like around our age too, so we could be like, you remember when Tiara released Roly Poly?
Is Jerry? How old is he?
I think Jerry is probably a little older than us.
Oh, I
Yeah.
guess yeah.
Well,
That
you
would
thought
make
he was
sense.
younger than us?
No, older.
Don't start beef. The only
I
reason I
knew
know is
it.
because like literally I was like, oh, look at this guy, and I knew he was older. No shade. He looks like he doesn't look a day over 22. Don't boo. Don't. We're trying
Ma'am.
to podcast, okay? Who
He can
else?
come up, but he doesn't look that young. My gosh, he looks
He,
30.
okay, he looks like 30. Okay, who would I want on the podcast?
Out of like K-pop people.
Kyungsu. Eric Nam has his own podcast too, so I need to
Oh,
fight him.
we should have him. That's our special guest when we do the Traders meeting.
Eric Nam, say there's a podcast that you would enjoy. I'm ready for him. But yeah, no. JR is pushing 35. I think he's older.
Yeah, I was thinking he was like my sister's age or older.
Yeah, that was my K-pop crush. Just kidding.
Jerry.
I did have a YouTube K-pop crush when I was like
Ooh.
20. I'm not saying. Plus, they probably don't actually make content anymore, and you
Is
probably
it
don't
the
even know
person
him.
that used to sing songs of his own?
The
He's a
gnarly
K-pop-
guy?
No.
I was gonna say he's
Before
3 years
him.
old.
Before him. Like, I think he was white.
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, no, I don't know who you're talking about.
Wait, I think he was white.
I
Hold on.
feel you would know who I'm talking about. So I actually lied. You actually know who this is. So let's stop the conversation.
Is it the guy that whispers?
What is going on?
The guy that whispers that he's always, I think he only talks about BTS actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Jose?
Yeah,
That's
there we go.
my fave. That's my boo. No,
See?
but that's my boo. I
Yeah.
love him. I love him, and I'm gonna stay beside him. The Lonely Dad did some BTS reactions on his channel, and he had to stop because some of the crazy ones that freaked out that he wasn't. I know therapy isn't free, but we can figure something out because that's just messed up. Like, why are you freaking out? And the thing is, though, I would say that it's not just K-pop fandom, because I remember when I was shortly in the Voltron fandom for like 2 seconds during the heyday of Twitter, they used to harass those. You know Voltron?
Yeah.
Voltron, yeah. There was the one that came out in like 2016 or whatever.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
like really
the
popular.
cartoon.
I was on that train for a second, but then I saw that people were like harassing the voice actors on Twitter and stuff, and I was like, actually, bye,
What
crazy.
in the world?
Yeah, it's a mess.
Okay. Also, the person I was talking about was Chad Future.
Now, why would you do me
Do you
like
know who
that?
I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about, but why would you ever?
That's who.
I'm over. So anyway,
So I was right.
I
was right, guys.
said,
I've been silenced because I was correct.
No, you're just saying that.
Chad Future.
Not
forgot
not
him.
Chad Future. Yeah. Oh No,
Not
but you liked
anymore.
EXO. Was it EXO XP XX? She loved X EXP edition. She loved them.
No, I did not.
She
That was you and
fans
Gunther.
down.
Or
I,
I swear that's not. I
don't
bet
do
you there's
good.
no Gunther in that.
She loved them something serious.
The
Yeah.
Dekaji.
She said Daykaji. She woke up Daykajiing. Like it was crazy. Was it Kenny? Let me find out. I think I know who you're talking about, but no, it wasn't Kenny.
Kenny.
He used to make videos with JRE KML.
Is it the guy
I
that does
thought you were
makeup?
gonna say, huh?
The guy that does makeup now?
Does he?
Edward Avila?
No. He always did makeup though. Are we just about to gossip about other
I'm trying to like think of people. I just can't even think of anybody.
YouTubers? And good, because you don't need to.
I'm gonna look up all K-pop. Ollie London.
Okay. So yeah.
Before
Anyway,
Jimmy.
y'all. And then
Before the surgeries.
all right. Oh, I also loved K-pop Queen Dara. Honestly, thought her and Jay favored each other. Ooh, who's that? Did I have a twin? Was I locked in? My faves. Well, who did I used to watch for real? If I'm really thinking about it. Tumin Jin Chonky, loved them. I watched Jeremy Jerry. I watched.
What were the
There's this
guys?
one guy that was so funny and he would dance, but I forget.
Who are
I
the two
watched Puma
guys that
Shop.
have that channel that are actually from Korea, but they do it in English? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
We used to watch them sometimes.
I don't watch
And it was
it.
like two guys. I can't remember what they're called.
Who was I gonna say?
Fudge.
Oh,
I feel like they do
um,
news.
Megan Bone, aka Tony Mukusa.
Oh, yeah.
And neither. I did used to watch Summer and Tina a little too. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about throwback people I used to watch, and I cannot think about anyone.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna bug me.
But yeah, I mean, I loved all my and I love to see that people are still making content. I also watched Cheyenne K-pop before she stopped her videos, and she started making. I think she started making anime content, and then she just like stopped making content. Or not that she stopped making content.
DKDK.
Who are they?
DKDK TV. You know DKDK TV. David Kim and Danny Kim.
Oh, okay. They do live streams too, so we can't acknowledge them because there are.
But that's what we used to, I feel like we used to say DKDK TV has nothing on us. There's like a point in time.
Period. And did.
You're like, what? Us? Yes, we did do this. There was a time.
All right. Yeah. Oh, who's the other guy? He does like reacting to. He has a backwards cap. He's like a white guy. He does like reacting to blank, and he'll just do a bunch of videos. I loved his videos too. Mr. K J-pop. Something shady happened there. I remember.
Yeah, I was like, didn't he do something?
Listen, allegedly, I don't know.
Well, he disappeared.
He did. Sam Martina, not eat your kimchi jump scare. I will say though, I was heavily inspired because I felt like they were like the idea of like a foreign and non-Korean fan, although they lived in Korea, could like make something. Like they were kind of at one point like a hub for like international fans. And I was kind of like, oh, that's what I want to be. So I was like, okay, they have the music. Let me get the like drama. And so I was like, you know, I was very much inspired by them. I remember I started making my own music for like the like music that I would have in my like videos because like I saw that that's what Martina was doing. So I was like, oh, that's so smart. Yeah, so definitely inspired by them. Yeah, I've heard some inklings of what has been happening. So yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know who else I listened to. Oh, Sunny Channel, she also was one. I think she makes she was a She did makeup, but I think she makes TikToks now.
Everybody moved to TikTok.
I know. Should I, guys? Should I move to TikTok? I'm too
I
lazy.
feel like you
Actually, I'm
would
not that good of
do
an
well.
editor anymore.
Oh,
I don't know how to edit stuff for nothing anymore. But yeah, so
you can
well,
learn.
I probably could, or I could outsource. All right,
That too.
y'all. You don't have to go home, but you have to get the heck out of her. Thank you so much for just hanging out or whatever with us. Jazz, do you have anything you want to say to them? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm practicing.
For who? Oh, is this the mysterious guy? The mystery guy from
That
K-pop past?
I haven't seen him in 355 years. I don't know if he exists on planet Earth as we know it.
I don't hope so. I mean, 300 years is a lot, so.
Happy birthday to Andres. Baby
Happy
brother, 3
birthday.
years, adorable. But Jazz, is there anything you want to? Okay, don't get it. Don't make me hit you with a band towel. Not child future. Don't let Jasmine lie to you. All right.
I didn't lie. Just, I put the option out there, and it seemed like you had a reaction. People were
a
just
negative
putting,
one. Yeah.
It's kind of like the
All right.
Manon situation, We saw something and we're like, we're feeling some type of way. The vibes are off.
If you see something, say something.
Exactly.
How dare you? Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't think
next
I have
week?
anything. Oh, I will say, this is not K-pop, but I just finished a show called 56 Days with Dub
Ooh.
Cameron and Avon Jogia.
Oh, my fave.
Victorious. It was pretty good. It's a very good mystery. So if you want a mystery, watch that. It's on Amazon.
Wow, he is beautiful.
It's my non-K-pop 2 cents.
Oh, another non-K-pop 2 cents is the Traitors finale is coming up on Thursday, and we'll be streaming about it on next Monday. So if you're watching the Traitors, we're gonna be talking about the finale, and then also heads up if you aren't caught up, it's spoiler heavy type stream. We do spoilers. But yeah, yeah, y'all, thank you so much. Jazz wants you to stand Chad Future because that's her fave. Otherwise,
always Schumann. Stan Schumann in his fight for his right to sing.
Schumann is in jail. Okay, we have to
How
start
dare
living in
you?
reality.
How dare you?
We have to start living in reality.
Never, never.
Yeah.
Schumann's thriving. He's thriving.
In prison. All right.
No, how dare you? Messy.
All
Schumann
right,
will always survive. Forever.
In he, Baekhyun and Chan is in prison too, so it's just kind of like they have each other's prison.
As long as they come back like with a CBX song, they can do it in prison. Send it out.
Raise bail money.
I mean, that's how they get the bail money. Sing some songs.
Schumann, if you're watching this, she's spending her coin on ATs. That's what's happening. She would have bailed you out.
Because CBX has not come back. That's not on me.
If this was 2016, she would have bailed you out in minutes. But now, it's all the ATs. Her coin is being funneled to ATs. Okay? So, just drop her.
Also, listen to ATs. Listen to ATs' new comeback. NASA. Wait, no. Well, Adrenaline and NASA. That's the B-side.
You hear that, Schumann? All right.
And then for Schumann, just, give him money. So that he can come back with CBS.
Listen, Schumann should be playing us because he should be putting the lights on, all right? I haven't forgotten, all right?
That was Dio's job.
No,
we've been through this. We divvied it up.
The job of the podcast boyfriend is to put the lights on. And it's dark in here, okay? So
that's a personal problem.
So tell him to wrap up his jailbird era so he can actually start funding the podcast.
This is release that CBX album. Just saying. Once it happens, I'm there.
All right, guys. See you next time on the Sleepy.
Yes.
Idol. Dream of Schumann, because Jazz won't be.
How dare you?
She done kick him to the curb. All right, y'all. All right, bye, guys. Thank you. Oh, wait. Should I put the music on? Maybe we can give them some royalties.
날 있어 눈빛과 베일 듯한 긴장감